If you fall asleep just fine, but then your eyes snap open at 3 in the morning and you lie there, staring at the ceiling, waiting for a sleep that simply won't come back, I want you to hear this clearly. Your body is not broken, and you are not doomed to this for the rest of your life. What's happening to you has a real specific cause. And once you understand it, 3 simple changes, none of them a pill, none of them expensive, can give you back the deep, unbroken night you remember. Stay with me, because the most powerful of those 3 habits is the one that feels the most wrong. In fact, I'll show you why getting out of bed in the middle of the night can be the very thing that finally keeps you asleep. Here's why this matters so much. A bad night isn't just a bad night when you're over 65. Poor sleep, night after night, quietly chips away at your memory, your mood, your balance, and even your heart. And the cruelest part is the frustration. The feeling that you're doing everything right and your own body is betraying you at 3 a.m. You are far from alone in this. Nearly half of all adults over 65 report trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. It's one of the most common complaints in this stage of life, and one of the most misunderstood. So here's exactly what I'll cover. First, the real reason your sleep changed, and why part of it is completely normal. Then, the hidden trigger that turns a harmless 2-minute wake-up into an hour of staring at the dark. And finally, the 3 habits in order that fix it. One honest note before we begin. This is education, not a diagnosis, and it never replaces your own doctor, especially before changing any medication. Think of it as the knowledge that helps you take back your nights. So let's start with the truth. Almost no one explains properly. Your sleep did change after 65, but not in the way you think, and not because anything is wrong with you. 2 things shifted quietly inside your body. The first is the depth of your sleep. When you were younger, you spent long stretches in deep, heavy, restorative sleep, the kind where a creaking floorboard wouldn't stir you. As we age, we spend less time in that deep stage, and more time in the lighter stages near the surface. Your sleep becomes thinner. And here's the consequence that surprises people. Research shows that older adults naturally wake up 3 to 4 times every single night. Read that again. 3 to 4 times a night. You were always waking up, even at 40. The difference now is that your lighter sleep means you actually notice it. You become fully aware, and you remember it in the morning. The waking isn't new. The awareness is. The second change is your inner clock. Deep inside your brain sits a tiny timekeeper that runs your sleep-wake rhythm. With age, that clock tends to drift earlier. You get sleepy earlier in the evening, sometimes by 7 or 8 o'clock. And so, 7 or 8 hours later, your body decides the night is over at 3 or 4 in the morning. Think about that. If you doze off in your armchair at 8 p.m., your body has technically had its night by 4 a.m. It's not malfunctioning. It's doing exactly what its clock told it to do. The problem isn't that you're broken. It's that your clock has drifted, and no one ever taught you how to nudge it back. So if you take just one thing from this section, take this. Waking briefly in the night is normal, and an early body clock is normal. Neither one by itself is the real problem. The real problem is what happens next. And that's where the fix lives. Here's the part that changes everything. A brief, normal wake-up at 3 a.m. should last about 90 seconds. You surface, you roll over, you drift back down. That's how it's supposed to go. But for many older adults, something hijacks that moment and stretches it into an hour. And it's usually one of these 4 things. 1. Lower sleep pressure. By the early morning, your body has already spent most of its drive to sleep. There's less fuel in the tank to pull you back under, so the climb back to sleep is steeper. 2. The clock-watching trap. You wake, you glance at the clock, you see 3:14, and your mind starts calculating. If I fall asleep now, I'll only get 3 hours. That single thought floods your body with quiet stress hormones, and stress is the exact opposite of sleep. The harder you try to force it, the further it runs. 3. The bathroom trip. Waking to use the bathroom, doctors call it nocturia, affects a huge share of older adults. Once you're up, walking, and exposed to bright bathroom light, You've accidentally told your brain it's morning. 4. Your daytime habits. A long afternoon nap, very little daylight, and not much physical movement all drain the pressure your body needs to sleep deeply at night. Do you see the pattern? It is almost never the waking that ruins your night. It's the inability to fall back. And that is fantastic news, because every single one of those 4 triggers can be managed. That's exactly what the next 3 habits do. Quick pause before the solutions. If you wish someone had explained your body to you this clearly years ago, take 1 second and subscribe. Everything on this channel is built to help our generation stay sharp, strong, and well-rested, with calm, careful, honest information. Now, let's fix your nights, starting with the simplest habit of all. Habit 1. Re-anchor your inner clock with light. Remember that little timekeeper in your brain that drifted earlier? Light is the master switch that sets it, and it's the most underused tool in all of sleep. Here's how to use it. In the morning, get bright light into your eyes as soon as you can, ideally within the first half hour of waking. Open every curtain. Better yet, step outside for 10 or 15 minutes, even on a gray day. Outdoor light, even in cloud, is far brighter than any lamp indoors. This morning light tells your clock, firmly, the day starts now, which gently pushes your sleepy time later toward a normal hour. Then do the opposite in the evening. For the last hour or 2 before bed, dim the lamps, lower the screens, and let your home grow soft and shadowed. Bright evening light is a signal that confuses an aging clock and keeps it drifting. Darkness in the evening, brightness in the morning. That contrast is what retrains your rhythm. This one habit costs nothing, takes minutes. And for many people, it's the difference between waking at 4 a.m. and sleeping until 6. Habit 2. And this is the powerful one I promised you, the one that feels completely backwards. When you wake at 3 a.m. and you don't drift back within about 20 minutes, get out of bed. I know, it sounds like the worst possible advice, but here's the science behind it. When you lie in bed awake, tossing, sighing, frustrated, watching the clock, your brain quietly learns that your bed is a place for struggling, not sleeping. Night after night, the bed itself becomes a trigger for being awake, so we break that link. If sleep hasn't returned in about 20 minutes, get up. Go to another room. Keep the lights low. Do something calm and a little boring. Read a few pages of a dull book. Listen to quiet music. Sit in a comfortable chair. No bright lights, no screens, no clock, and absolutely no checking the time. Then, the moment you feel drowsy again, go back to bed. Sleep specialists call this stimulus control, and it is one of the most effective sleep techniques ever studied. You are teaching your brain a simple, powerful rule again. The bed is for sleeping. 2 more pieces make this habit work. Keep the same wake-up time every single morning. Yes, even after a rough night. That fixed anchor is what rebuilds a steady rhythm. And go easy on naps. If you must nap, keep it short, 20 minutes or so, and early in the afternoon, so it doesn't steal the sleep pressure you need at night. Habit 3. Win the last 3 hours before bed. What you do in the evening quietly decides whether you'll be staring at the ceiling later. 3 small adjustments make an outsized difference. First, move your caffeine earlier. Caffeine lingers in your body far longer than most people realize. That afternoon, cup of coffee or tea can still be working against you at midnight. Try making early afternoon your cutoff. Second, skip the nightcap. A glass of wine may feel like it helps you nod off, but alcohol fragments the second half of your night and is a classic cause of that sudden 3 a.m. wake-up. It's one of the most common hidden sleep wreckers in this age group. Third, manage your evening fluids to protect against those bathroom trips. Stay well hydrated during the day, then ease off large drinks in the last couple of hours before bed. And one important caution, if you take a water pill or any other medication, never change it or its timing on your own. Ask your doctor first. They can often adjust the timing to spare your sleep. Finally, set the stage. A bedroom that's cool, properly dark, and quiet. A slightly cool room helps your body do what it naturally does as it falls into deep sleep. Now, an honest and important part. Sometimes the problem runs deeper than habits, and knowing the warning signs is its own kind of power. Please talk to your doctor if you notice any of these. Loud snoring with gasping or choking, and exhaustion no matter how long you slept. That can point to sleep apnea, which is common, serious, and very treatable. Getting up to the bathroom several times every night deserves a look, because the cause is often fixable. A crawling, restless urge to move your legs at night, ongoing pain, or a low, flat mood can all quietly steal your sleep. And each has real solutions. And here is the truth I most want you to carry with you, especially about sleeping pills. It's tempting to reach for a pill, including the ones you can buy without a prescription. But in adults over 65, many common sleep medications carry real risks. Next-day grogginess, confusion, and a higher chance of falls and fractures. That's why medical guidelines specifically urge caution with them in our age group. What do the experts recommend instead, as the genuine first-line treatment? A structured, drug-free program built from the very habits you just learned. It's called cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia. And study after study shows it works better than pills in the long run, and works especially well for the exact problem we're talking about, waking in the night and struggling to fall back. So if these habits help but you need more, don't start with a pill. Ask your doctor about that. So let's bring it home. Waking in the night after 65 is mostly normal. Your sleep is lighter, and your inner clock has drifted earlier. The real problem isn't the waking, it's the struggle to fall back. And you fix that with 3 habits. Anchor your clock with bright morning light and dim evenings. Follow the 20-minute rule and protect a steady wake time. And win the last 3 hours with earlier caffeine, no nightcap, and a cool, dark, quiet room. And if something deeper is going on, your doctor, not the pharmacy shelf, is the place to start. If this gave you real hope tonight, do 3 quick things for me. Leave a comment with the word RESTED if you're going to try even one of these habits this week. I read everyone, and it tells me to keep making videos like this. Subscribe so the next one finds you, and share this with someone you love who's tired of staring at the ceiling. This is the kind of help that's only useful if it's passed on. And watch this next, because your body sends another quiet warning that almost everyone over 70 ignores. And this one isn't about your sleep. It's a sign in your legs that may be speaking for your heart. I'll see you there.